It's November, so that means Thanksgiving. And if it's Thanksgiving, you need some quality pies at your Thanksgiving dinner. That's why I called in my grandma Karen.
Hi, Sarah. I'm so happy that you called me in to help you make pies.
We're gonna have a really good time.
We are gonna have lots of fun.
So let's get some ingredients and let's get started. So in order to make a really good pie, you need a really good crust. And you know a crust recipe is good when someone has it memorized like you do. So what do we have here to get ourselves started?
Okay, we should have 3 cups of flour,
Okay.
1 cup of lard, and 1 teaspoon of salt. So let's put the salt in, and then we want to mix that up a little bit.
Okay. And then are we ready for lard?
We are ready.
So you said it was 1 cup of lard. Ugh. I believe this was the first time I ever bought lard at the grocery store. Thank you, Grandma, for giving me the experience.
Well, the reason for the lard is you can use half lard and half butter, but the lard makes it more flaky.
Gotcha.
So
that makes a lot more sense. So
Right.
it's going to be a better crust.
Right,
So pastry blender?
right.
Okay. Now do I want my lard totally incorporated or
Yeah,
still
we want to
little
get
bits?
it so it looks like little peas or...
Oh, you can tell I've never made pie crust. This is making a mess. I always remember when we were little at Thanksgiving, there was always tons of different kinds of pie.
And when we were first married, Grandpa would peel the apples so I could make the pie.
Oh, really?
But then as the farm work got to be more,
Then you were pie
then
peeler?
I was pie. Then I had to do it all.
Apple peeler?
Apple peeler, but that was his favorite. That was and still is his favorite.
Oh my goodness. Well, we got to make extra crust and now make an apple pie
Pie
to
for
take
him
home.
too, right.
Yeah. So I can crack that.
Okay. Let's whip that up first before we.
There we go.
And then we'll put the water in too. We got 5 tablespoons of water here.
Okay.
And just stir that all up, and then we'll add it to the pie crust all at once.
Okay. And then just pour it right in the middle?
Pour it right in the middle, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Good job.
Thank you. Ooh, this is a different feeling from the last time. Because we added 1 egg, 5 tablespoons of cold water, and a tablespoon of lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Now this recipe should make 3 pie crusts.
3? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Supposed to.
Well, we definitely will have enough
if
for
we did it right. If we did it right.
I was gonna say we'll have enough for an apple pie for Grandpa for sure.
Okay. Okay, Sarah, and then you can start rolling.
Okay. So I was gonna say if this is a secret family recipe, it's not a secret anymore. Now everybody that watches the show will know it's our.
There. Let's see now, Sarah, what we're doing here. Perfect. Perfect. We'll make an edge on this.
Okay. So we got some water there for you. So it's pretty simple because it's just squeeze and push.
Yeah. There we are.
Oh, how fancy. And so I've got the oven preheating at 400 degrees.
Okay.
So we'll put it in for 10 minutes and we'll watch it.
Okay. Very nice. There we go.
Okay. So we have our pie crust cooling. So how are we going to fill it?
Okay. We're going to combine the cornstarch.
Okay, and we've got a 1/4 cup of cornstarch.
Want to combine that with the sugar.
Okay. So we have a 1.5 cups of water.
So we're going to put the water in here.
Okay.
And get this all nice and smooth. So, now if you want to put it into
our little cooker.
cooker, right?
So we'll pour it in so the people at home can see. Yeah, this is lump-free. I bet you're really good at making gravy. I know we have 3 egg yolks. Do we have to break the yolks apart?
Well, it'll be stirred up, but we don't want to curdle it.
Yep. So now we'll temper our eggs, right? So we'll grab a scoop of the really hot and we'll add it in just gently, and Grandma will whip it all together. Bring that temperature up on the eggs. We had 3 egg yolks.
And I'll add the lemon juice and you can stir it all in.
Okay, so now it'll start smelling really good in here.
Right.
Okay, and then just pour in.
Pour it in.
Alrighty. And I'll tip.
Now we're ready for the meringue.
Okay.
So you have measured the 3 egg whites that we
Yep.
used the 3 egg yolks for the filling.
Yep.
Now we're going to have the 3 egg whites for the meringue.
Okay.
And then you have a 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice.
Yep.
Usually you use cream of tartar when you're making your
Meringue.
But since it's a lemon pie, to get a bit more of a lemony taste, we're going to use
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
We're gonna pep it up.
Yeah. Okay. So you can start beating that now.
Okay.
Start low so we don't splatter all over.
Okay.
There you go. Get it kind of frothy, and then we'll add some sugar, and we'll add it 1 tablespoon at a time. And you
Okay.
have 6 tablespoons of sugar in here,
Yep.
correct? You can beat it up a little higher
Higher?
because you want to start. You can put it up to whip you. Sure. There you go.
So we whipped it all up.
Whipped it all up. Now we want to test it just to make sure, Sarah. So we'll take just a little tiny bit and we'll rub it between here. You try that now. So you don't feel any smooth as can be, no gritty. So now we know it's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Boy, this is really nice. And what we want to do when we put the meringue on is be sure we seal the edges.
Okay. So I put it on and it's like, whoa, that's a lot. Yeah, you're much better practiced at this than I am. I'm just gonna make like a mess. Like your one little spot's gonna look amazing. What do I do? Oh, you can actually touch the pie crust? That
Yes.
was my failure.
Of course. Now you check around, Sarah. Make sure Grandma got it all sealed up.
It looks like it is. It looks like a pie.
Yeah, with a little pocket there. So we will put it in the oven now, and then we'll watch
And we'll
it.
watch it and hope.
Okay.
All right.
There you go, Sarah.
So we have a beautiful lemon meringue pie thanks to this lady.
Thanks to your help, Sarah. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it.
And so Grandma's crust recipe made 2 more pie crusts. So now it's my turn to show her what I would put in a pie crust. So let's see what we've got in store. So I'm going to show you my spin on a pumpkin
You're
pie.
going to turn tables now, right?
Yeah, we're going to turn the tables.
Okay, show Grandma how to do this.
So I'm going to start with 4 eggs in my bowl. At our Thanksgiving table, some people have to watch how much sugar they have. So this is a little bit different. It's a diabetic-friendly twist on our pie. And so we have 1/2 cup of stevia. So if you want to dump that one.
Okay.
And then this is a 1/4 cup of Splenda brown sugar. So this is going to make it so that no matter what people's sugar needs, it'll still taste delicious. So I've got my sugars and my eggs mixed together. So now we're gonna take our can of pumpkin. So we have 29 ounces of pumpkin, and we're just gonna blop it in there. With this, we're gonna mix it together, and then we have some spices we'll add in just a moment. Okay, so it doesn't have to be fully combined. So now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon,
Okay.
and then we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg,
Yum.
and 1/2 teaspoon of cardamom.
Oh,
Look at that, we're just getting fancy pie.
yeah.
And then we have some salt as well. So now we'll mix this so that it's all together. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna do is add 1 cup of milk. Go for it. Does it smell like Thanksgiving?
Oh, yum.
Are you exhausted? Because we're done.
No. That was easy.
All right.
So easy, Sarah.
So, and this pie actually makes 2 pies. So
Oh.
your 3 crust pie crust is perfect. So we'll just divide it between the 2.
Nice consistency.
I know, isn't it pretty? So I'm gonna put it in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes, and then after 10 minutes, drop it to 325. And when it comes out, we're gonna put a pecan topping on the top.
Oh, yum.
So we'll see what it looks like. So our pies are all out of the oven, and it smells like Thanksgiving in
It
here.
smells wonderful.
So all we have to do is we have pecan halves here, and we're just going to take and push them into our warm crust. And they just kind of nestle in there, and we'll just decorate the tops with our pecans. And we'll see who is better at being fancy.
I don't know about this. I'm slow at this.
That's all right, I'm not top speed either. I was thinking maybe it'd just be faster just to dump the bowl on top of the pie, but it wouldn't look as nice.
No. There. How's that?
I think we have 2 beautiful pies. And now here's the stinky deal, Grandma. I'm gonna kick you out of my kitchen because I have a surprise pie
Oh, okay.
planned for you.
All right.
Let's see what we got. So Snickers is one of my grandma's favorite candy bars, so we're gonna surprise her with a Snickers pie. So what I have in here is a package of Oreos that I've mushed and mashed all together, and I also have a stick of butter that I've melted. The butter that I have melted is 8 tablespoons of unsalted butter because we're gonna have some other things coming in, so I don't want that extra salt. You've got some options. You can mix your cookies all together in a food processor or a blender, or what I do is I just throw mine into a plastic bag and I use just one of those potato mashers, like if you're making mashed potatoes. So now I've got all of my cookies covered with my butter. So I'm just gonna grab just a disposable pan and I'm going to tip it all in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press it into my pan. So obviously it'll go across the bottom and I'll work my way up the edges. The reason we're adding the melted butter to this is you do have that cream filling in that cookie that would have been kind of a binding agent, but what's gonna happen is this is one of those no-bake pie recipes. So if you have that melted butter in there, once we put it into the refrigerator, that butter is going to set and it's gonna hold that pie crust together really nicely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting in 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and I'm going to mish and mash this all up before we add our next ingredient. Now that I've got it just whipped gently, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream right in there, and we're going to keep whipping this. Whoop, and it's shot. All right, so to this mixture, I'm going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar, and I'm gonna mix this now until it's totally combined. Okay, and now my very last step is I have 1 cup of chocolate hazelnut spread. It's big and goopy. And we'll get that all solidly mixed. So we are totally combined now, so all I need to do is put this into my pie crust. Should be nice and smooth. And I'm just going to heap it into the middle. Because now the next step is I'm gonna pop this into the refrigerator, and it actually needs to set up for 4 to 6 hours depending on how chilly your refrigerator is. So I'll pop this in and then get ready to top it. So my pie has sufficiently chilled in the refrigerator. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some caramel sauce, and there's really no specific measurement to this. I'm just going to work on drizzling this back and forth over my pie, because remember, this is a Snickers pie, and inside every good Snickers bar there is some caramel. So now I'm going to set this to the side, because also inside of a good Snickers bar you have some peanuts. So what I have is just some lightly roasted peanuts. I'm going to put them on my cutting board, and I actually have, it's designed for chopping small things, and it works really well for peanuts. So I just hit it a couple times, and you can see now my peanuts are broken down. So I'm just gonna sprinkle these on the top of my pie. So now on top of this, I have some whipped cream. I just made my own. It was 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and 1 cup of powdered sugar. But if you wanted to, you could use ready-made whipped cream. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to layer this onto the top. And you can see it doesn't have to necessarily perfectly go up to the edge. We're just giving it that light fluffy top. So we've got our whipped cream on there. So now, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, we're going back with another layer of caramel. And we're gonna ribbon our caramel. We're gonna just kind of make it all over the place. Oh, that's kind of nice, it's like a star. I have some mini chocolate chips and some more cut up peanuts. I've got about 1/2 cup of each. That's probably gonna be way too much, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine them, because anything you have left over, you can just put in a little container, and you can always sprinkle it on top of some ice cream. So now we've got our chocolate chips and our peanuts. We're just coating that top with it. And now, because this is a Snickers candy bar pie, I have just some of those little tiny size ones. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut little wedges. And I'm just gonna kind of spread and tuck into my whipped cream around my pie, so people get kind of the idea of what the flavors are inside of this pie. And once I get this all put together, this is a pie that you're gonna have to store into your refrigerator. And what I would suggest as well is you're also gonna wanna cover it. So if you have a pie pan that has a pie cover, or if you get those disposable pans with that lid, that's fine. You can also put that on there. One thing that I like to do is this pan does not have a cover. So what I'll do is I will stick just a couple skewers in there, and then I'll just drape some plastic wrap over the top. And really, that looks pretty darn scrumptious. So let's see what Grandma thinks. So we've had a very full day of baking, haven't we?
We have, we have.
We started off with our lemon meringue pie because Grandma's pie crust recipe makes three pie crusts. Yeah, we were able to then make a pumpkin pecan pie that is diabetic friendly for Thanksgiving time. And then Grandma taught me a trick. What's in that bowl, Grandma?
That's the remainder of the pie crust. We didn't waste anything, did we? We rolled her out, cut the strips. You got the sugar and the cinnamon and the little bit of butter, and we baked them in the oven.
And they are delicious, for sure. And then my surprise for Grandma, I made you a Snicker pie.
Wow.
So you'll have to tune into this episode to see how to make it. So remember, the apron's optional,
but the flavor isn't.
We did well. High five.
How about that?